we'd be here all day if we talked about everything that we love about this movie, everything we love about the characters. It has the most darker tone, and having the darker tone back really works. It's still not quite as dark as Rogue One, I don't think. It's not as dark as the Empire Strikes Back. You can argue about whether or not it's as dark or darker than Revenge of the Sith. That's debatable, but it's a great movie. It's a really good movie. It's so much fun, and I like how it brought so many fans back, and it bridged the gap between the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. Some people say, because it was like, even people who wanted to fix the prequel trilogy still got really excited to come back for The Force Awakens, because they were finally seeing the film that take place after the original trilogy, seeing Luke and Leia and Han back again, and we even got Akbar back, and they were excited, and it got them back on board, and for the most part, everybody, whether you made it the original trilogy or you were a fan of both of the typical trilogy, ended up really loving the movie because it had something for all those people, and it was just what the series needed. It was the boost it needed to just really be Star Wars back on top. After the prequel trilogy gets so much mixed reception, and there being such a long 10-year gap between the film, and really this film almost felt like it was a 30-year wait for, because it was the first one to take place after Return of the Jedi, and there was a 32-year gap between them, so they had to make it take place 30 years later in the film, and that worked out really well. It was still just refreshing to see the characters again, to see the way that they worked with the new characters. The chemistry was really good, and that kind of brings us, I guess, more into the new characters. We gotta talk about them because they're all great. My favorite is probably Kylo Ren. I love his range, and I love how he's more mysterious and complex than Vader in a lot of ways. Obviously, we don't like him as much as Vader, but see, with Vader is not really humanized that much until you watch, kind of towards the end of The Empire Strikes Back, you start seeing him struggle a little bit between the light and the dark. But before then, he's just kind of shown as being this really evil, sinister monster, and he's not really humanized much till later. And that's fine, that kind of worked better for his character. But for Kylo, I think it was a good and very interesting approach to kind of show him struggling to start with it in this film. And really, I think that's one reason why he has so much rage, is because he's been made to believe his destiny is to be on the dark side. And he wants to fight the light off as much as he can. And it's like, I love the line in the trailer for The Last Jedi where he says, "Let the past die, kill it if you have to, whatever it takes to become what you're meant to be." I love that, because that's kind of what he thinks it is. Oh, if I just kill my past completely, I can just go full dark side, and I can become as strong as Lord Darth Vader was, and I'm going to finish my initially started, even though Darth Vader turn back to the light side and decided he didn't want that anymore, ironically, but I've been made to think that this is my mission. Supreme Leader Snoke, it's not about him now. Oh my gosh, he is so mysterious. Here, chime in now. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk too much in Bible to where you weren't chiming in. Go ahead, chime in about Snoke or whatever.
Where do you even begin with all of this? Like, no one knows who the heck he is. Everyone wonders who the heck he is.
And he's played by one of our favorite actors, Andy Serkis, too, in the beautiful and very well done CGI motion capture.
He's a man of many faces, but you don't get to see much of his own face.
And the CGI that is used in this film is very well done. Mainly with the two characters, their CGI, just like with Rogue One. The other character that CGI in this film is Lupita Nyong'o's character, who I keep forgetting the name of, but I really loved her character. She was so wise, and she knew the ways of the Force very well. She knew a lot about it, even though she was not a Jedi herself. And she was just beautifully animated CGI very well. The visuals are great in this film. The cinematography is great, and it's a fun ride, and it's so much fun. It's so enjoyable. BB-8 is just adorable. We love him, and Rey and Finn are so mysterious and interesting, and it was an interesting new twist to have the Stormtrooper turn around and betray them. That was something new, good to do. I think Finn should become a Jedi too. There's a good chance Rey will, but I feel like Finn should too. I love watching Finn fight Phasma in the new trailer, and really, if I had to pick one flaw with the movie, there's really only one big flaw that I have with this movie, and that is I wasn't the biggest fan of Captain Phasma in The Force Awakens. I know a lot of people love her mainly because of the actress who plays Christie, and she is trying to be a good, strong female character, and hopefully they'll flesh her out more in episode 8. I'm sure they will, because once she gets to actually fight somebody, we know that from the trailer.
She doesn't do a
But
whole
she doesn't do a lot in this film. She really does it. So that's my reason why I wasn't the biggest fan. I just didn't care much for her because she didn't do a lot. But maybe we'll like her a lot better in this film. But there's a good chance we will, because there's a lot more. Like we said, Rey is great. She's the bae. She's just she sets the vibe. Well, okay, now let's don't get too kind of right. Let's look off topic. It's like
looking forward to seeing more of her, and not because I like her, but I want to see more of her because for one, there's a lot behind her that I want to know about.
There's so many good questions to answer, and we said Rogue One felt like a really good fallback to the original trilogy. And all the other films you loved, and it was, but this one was even better about that. It was the best film like in the world. It gave you so much good nostalgia, and it was the beginning of a great new story and a great new adventure. I feel like I've said enough because we heard all day talked about everything we liked about it and loved about it, and all the characters we loved.
Rogue One and this movie are nostalgic, but this is a nostalgia for people who have seen it. Rogue One is the nostalgia for people who maybe not necessarily have seen it.
Yeah, kind of. If you have seen it, Rogue One's very nostalgic for that.
Don't start with this movie. You don't understand a darn thing.
No, you really shouldn't start with this movie. You need to watch the other ones first. But it feels really appropriate that Star Wars is approaching its 4th anniversary. Right before we get to it, 2015 we get a movie that takes place after the original trilogy, and then we get one that takes place before the next year. And that felt like, I don't know if that was intentional, but that felt like a really good homage. I also do want to mention Poe briefly too, because he's a really good character as well. And I'm still wondering, we never mentioned this before in any of our other prediction videos. I'm still wondering why Kylo has Vader's burnt mask. He has part of it. I hope they explain that, because I feel like Luke should really have that. So I wonder how Kylo got home. He probably stole it knowing him. But yeah, but like you said, it's like Rogue One was kind of like nostalgia for people that hadn't seen it yet, giving you an idea what it's like. If you've seen the films though, then you get the nostalgia. But The Force Awakens was giving you kind of nostalgia, showing you what Star Wars was all about. But it was better if you had already seen the film once again. It's better to not start with that movie, unless you're just a real little kid who's now getting into it, or that's the first film you're going to see is going to be The Last Jedi, and then you want to go back and watch the other ones, and that's fine too. But it does kind of spoil other stuff because it kind of has to. It doesn't really have a chores. But we babbled enough about it because we'd be here all day if we just could talk about everything that we wanted to say about it. So that being said, let's go to
3.
No, number 3. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, and we guys have to not babble too much for these last 3, but we love these. We love the original trilogy, of course.
The original trilogy is all part of the top 3. You can probably guess that.
These films are just so classic and iconic. There's so much to say about it, and there's so much to say about the franchise. And with A New Hope, it's like it's the beginning of the series, so you have to include it, of course, and you have to have it pretty high because series wouldn't be what it would be without it. Darth Vader is very interesting from the very beginning, and he's not humanized yet, of course. And you don't know much of the surprises and twist yet, and that's kind of the good thing about it because it just leaves you with so much mystery at the end of it.
Introduced to all these characters that are going to grow to love,
and that's why the series has always been good about. Is for the very beginning, first time you see Vader, it's astonishing. First time you see C-3PO, R2-D2, it's astonishing. Leia, Luke, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Han. You're just meeting all these new characters, and it's just building up to something great. And like we said, you can watch Rogue One before watching the trilogy. In fact, I highly recommend it because it's a perfect lead-in to A New Hope, and then it only gets better from there after you've watched Rogue One, because really it's like Rogue One, and then most of A New Hope is building up to the big climax of them destroying the Death Star. That's what made Rogue One so great in a lot of ways. But going back to A New Hope though, it's like seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi, Charlotte Guinness is great as him. he's so emotional. He has this rough past, and he's been through so much, and he becomes like a father figure almost to Luke, and he tells Luke about his father, and he talks about his father as being a good older fan. He talks about him in what his father lied, and that's what makes Luke want to become a Jedi, and that makes the big twist later, which you see the films, you know, the big twist is that the Vader is actually his father. That makes it all the more interesting when you get to that. And you see early signs of the build up to the Han and Leia relationship and romance, and it becomes great when you get to it, and it's just I don't know what else to say. I don't want to
about the yawn.
babble any more about it, really.
I'm a little sleepy.
That's where the Death Star is great, and you love seeing Tarkin in it. Tarkin's a good character. There's so many good characters, and see them beyond R2-D2 and Chewbacca are great comic reliefs, and Jabba the Hutt is such an interesting gangster, very mysterious. And I love the cantina scene, especially. I love the I don't like you aliens. I love them. And then I love the cantina. We're like, and then it's just awkward. It's like one shoots him, and then they stop and it's like, turn around, look back. It's like, and you get back to that, and it's just. I think I've seen Greedo. I love Greedo too. We actually met him too. We got his autograph.
Yeah, the Greedo.
Got him to sign our New Hope DVD, and we have the cast about who shot first. And we actually got him to write as our first on DVD. But when he signed, he actually said, "Even though I didn't, it's a conspiracy." But we wanted him to try shot first though. Because really, I like the idea that he shot first better anyways. Even though. I think most people would say that really Han was the one that shot first. You got to be in mind that Lucas did edit that later for the DVD and Blu-ray release. Okay, but yeah, we said enough about it though. So number two, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Most of you are going to be surprised to see that this one is number 2. You thought this was going to be number 1.
I actually kind of juggle back and forth between this one and the one that is number 1.
You do. I don't really. I mean, Empire Strikes Back is a very close second. I want to mention. Everybody loves stuff like Bailey because the darkest one, and it has great parts with Vader, and it has so much conversation with Luke back and forth.
Yeah, just ask me.
And Lando's great, and Yoda's introduced.
On a different day, I might say that this one's number 1, but I do that a lot. If you're asking me, these two are just so.
Yeah, you juggle more than I do a lot, and. Yeah, I can just see the dislikes now. It's like, how dare you not put the Empire Strikes Back number 1? Well, I'm sorry, but yeah, that said, the Empire Strikes Back is a very close second. It's great. I mean, and I've said most of what's great about it already. Boba Fett is introduced. He's an interesting character. We don't see really enough of him, honestly. And the Han and Leia relationship takes off, and this is the one where it's most prevalent, really. And it's great. And somebody besides the Vader twist of his being Luke's father, there's the twist of Lando betraying them, and you love Lando because he gets a bad rep because people think of him as being a traitor, but he does fully redeem himself, not as much as Vader does eventually, but then again, opposite Vader is a much bigger child because he's Vader, but yeah, I mean. There's not enough good things that I can say about the Empire Strikes Back. So just so we don't buy one anymore, it's just like, but yeah, oh my God, it Strikes Back. It's a great movie. New Hope is a great movie. It's classic, and the whole series is classic, really. But there's one film, and you already know what it is, of course, because it's the only one left. There's one film that I feel like just barely beats out the Empire Strikes Back. And I'll tell you exactly why I feel this way. We get to this, so we're not going to waste any more time. Just go ahead.
It's number 1.
Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Because even though it is a bit more lighthearted than Empire Strikes Back, it's not as dark. No Star Wars film is more emotional, puts you on more of an emotional roller coaster than this one. Oh my God, from beginning to end, it's just so great. It's everything you loved about the franchise, really, as a whole, is in this film. It really is. All the heart, all the emotions, whether it's between Han and Leia, and Luke and Leia, and Luke and Yoda and Obi-Wan, are my first favorite. Luke and Vader's confrontation. It's epic. But then you get to the resolution and the big twist. the Vader actually does turn back to the light side. Luke has turned back, and it's like everyone tells Luke that his admiration for Vader is what's holding him back, and Palpatine thinks that's going to be their weapon. But no, it turns out that he's able to do it. He just because of that father son bond, I think. It's a great really Mark Hamill said recently that the whole series is about family, and that really is true. And you see that the most in this film, but especially with kind of the father and son relationship with Vader and Luke. It's like Vader's not the perfect dad, but hey, he's not my dad. You know why? I'm gonna try to help him if I can, and he does. And it's beautiful and it's emotional. And I cried during the film. I cried when Yoda died. I cried when Vader dies. I cried when he picks up Palpatine, because you're just sitting there wondering, well, what's gonna happen is. You see Vader really struggling as much as he ever has to the dark, and it's like, is he gonna Palpatine kill Luke, or is he gonna stop it? Is he gonna do something? And then you just like you got these chills going up your spine, and it's just so epic when he turns around and picks Palpatine up, throws him out the balcony, and it makes I love Palpatine as a villain. You're so happy to see him die, because like yeah, you deserve this. It's a lot of time coming.
I like that when he does that. You see just this lightning strike go up in the air. It's almost like the Force is just leaving.
Vader has sacrificed himself to save Luke, and everything he's done from before, he's put that all aside. He's taking responsibility for his action, and it was the ultimate sacrifice. And it was the ultimate redemption arc, the ultimate redemption moment for any bad villain in the movie history, or just one of the best.
Act of love to Luke.
To Luke.
He knew that he likely wouldn't make it out of that, but
and he realized that this is my son. My much for my son is more important than this, and that was enough to really pull him back. And he takes off the mask, and you see Vader is not completely humanized. He's not a monster under that mask. We're made to think he's a monster this whole time, and he's really just he's this old guy burned up that really is sad and has been hurt by life, and all he really wanted was love. And it's like he finally gets it, and it's tear jerky. You cry so much when they have that fun moment when they talk, and then he says, "Go, my son, leave me," and then Luke says, "No, you're coming with me. I got to save you." And then he says, "You already have a hook," and you know exactly what he means. And then he says, "You were right about me. Tell your sister you've arrived," because he's now become a Jedi. That's what it means, because that was the final test, and once he completed that fully made him a Jedi. His real final test was it the thing that he needed to do to become Jedi. After all, really wasn't killing Vader. It was turning Vader back. I thought that was that was what it really was. Even though one of the thought you need to kill Vader in order for this. For the war and the Empire to fall, but Luke didn't want to do it, and Luke wanted to do it after. And the title Return of the Jedi, the significance of that is just like there's a double meaning there. It's not just because Luke's coming back for another film because he's a Jedi. It's because he becomes a Jedi, and then the Jedi return. You have Jedi in the world again. That's one reason why it's called. But it's also called that really because of Vader's redemption. Because he turns back around again. He becomes a Jedi again. He becomes Anakin.
Star Wars likes to do stuff with double meaning titles and like.
They love to, and
I'm pretty sure The Last Jedi means something. It means more than we think.
Yeah,
I think that Revenge of the Sith is double meaning too. Like it's not just about the Sith. It wasn't just about the Sith. The Sith they getting their revenge, but the Sith basically getting their revenge by turning Anakin into Vader more or less. Like there's double meaning in that.
Yeah, it was just it was just them rising up. Yeah, and. And the fact that the Anakin was initially kind of just being the Jedi, the chosen one, and it turned out that twist, that made a better twist. Turns out that the prophecy was correct, and so because of that, he returns to being the Jedi we think of, and Luke kind of also helps lead to that. He's the Jedi. It's almost like there's three chosen ones, because Leia is also playing that role. We love the twist that of course we found out Luke and Leia are brother and sister. That becomes funny when you don't like to watch it out, because there are some scenes where they're almost making you think Luke and Leia are going to hook up. I feel sorry for the people that actually thought they were going to hook up and maybe wanted it. You probably felt awkward when out their brother is just her. It's like, it's just hilarious. Now though, and
I kind of wish that Vader, speaking of Leia, I kind of wish that Vader would have had more moments with Leia,
oh yeah, instead of just having the final moment with Luke, I wish you could have had one with Leia too, but still.
I don't know, maybe his Force form appeared a few times and maybe had a conversation with her.
Sure, but the ending is just perfect. It's the perfect ending from the climax down to the end of it. When they had the big celebration with the Ewoks, and I love the Ewoks. I don't care what anybody else says, but I feel like really now most people go back and view the Ewoks pretty fondly. But back then when the first book came out, people weren't crazy about the Ewoks. I think everybody kind of forgot about them when Jar Jar Binks showed up. It was like, did we say the Ewoks were annoying? Don't forget that. No, they're fine. It's like, now we got Jar Jar, and that's not we got Zero the HUD. It's like no. And then you see them all dancing. They all hug one another. You see R2 just shaking his wheels, and Luke cremates Darth Vader's suit, and he gets very emotional, and he's about to cry, but then it's just it all becomes okay, and it all is right because then if you get the last great tearjerker is Luke is standing there. And then he looks back, and at first you just see Obi-Wan and Yoda, but they're Force 4s, that's what they call it. But then Anakin shows up with there too, and he looks back at them, and look at him, they smile, and Luke's happy, and all is right, because Hayden Christensen is so there, Anakin. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, okay, that wasn't Lucas. Originally, it's a different Anakin. It's actually the guy that was in the Vader suit, except he's not burning anymore because he's now essentially a spirit, of course. But yes, Lucas did end of that because I guess he figured out it's not like some of the other kids would be confused and they recognize it better. They understand better if it was Lucas as Anakin. It takes you out of the moment a little bit. I mean, when you realize that Luke's not really looking at him and Obi-Wan and Yoda aren't really looking at him either when it's around him, and it takes you out of it a little bit because you realize that it's the Anakin. It's not really there. We didn't even notice the Anakin at first when we first watched it. We thought it was a guy that I coincidentally kind of like Henry Richard's own. But that being said, it's still, if you don't focus too much on that, though, it just don't let yourself get taken out of the moment. It's still a really good moment. It's still a really emotional moment, and it's just what you exactly needed. And it was a great resolution to the original trilogy, but yet at the same time, it still left you one and more, which we later get. Whether you watch the original trilogy first and then the prequel trilogy, or you watch the prequel trilogy of the original trilogy, it still leaves you one and more. And then later on, when we get that, you're just happy. And it's so great that we're finally getting that now. After all those years, we had a 10-year gap between Revenge of the Sith and the Force Awakens. But it's great that the film's back now. We're so excited for the new film, Star Wars Episode Last Jedi. Happy 4th anniversary with Star Wars, and Turn the Jedi would have been a great conclusion to the saga as a whole, even if they hadn't made more. But we're so happy that they're making more anyways. Though it's like, yeah, keep it coming, just keep it coming because we're really enjoying them. And thank you as always, everybody, for watching FunSmiths International. And we'll tell you when we review Star Wars Episode Last Jedi, we'll tell you where we think it stands on our favorites list too. So yeah, we're excited. We can't wait. As always, if you like, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And good night, everybody.